There is a feeling that has no name. It sits quietly in your chest. Not pain, not joy, something in between. A soft, steady pull towards something you cannot yet see. If you have felt this recently, do not ignore it. Carl Jung called it the language of the unconscious, and what it is telling you right now may change everything. Most people walk through life waiting for a sign. They wait for proof. They wait for certainty. But here is what psychology tells us. The feeling always comes before the reality. The emotion arrives before the event. Your inner world shifts before your outer world catches up. And lately you may have noticed something, a strange sense of anticipation, like standing near a door, waiting for a knock, without knowing who is on the other side. You may have asked yourself, why do I feel like something is about to happen? Why do I feel both restless and strangely hopeful? Why do old memories keep surfacing without warning? You are not imagining these things. Carl Jung spent his entire life studying exactly this, the signals the soul sends before life changes direction. Today we are going to explore something Jung understood deeply, the feeling that your manifestation is already close. Not wishful thinking, not fantasy, a real psychological and spiritual process, one that begins long before you see any physical results. Jung believed the unconscious mind knows things the conscious mind has not yet accepted. It processes, prepares, and signals, and those signals feel exactly like what you have been experiencing. There are 3 specific feelings Jung identified as signs that something meaningful is approaching your life. If even one of them feels familiar, pay close attention. The first feeling is a longing you cannot fully explain. Not loneliness, not sadness, something more subtle. A quiet ache for something just beyond your reach. Jung called this the call of the self. It is the deepest part of you reaching forward, toward wholeness, toward alignment, toward what it already knows is coming. You may feel it in the morning before the day begins, or late at night when everything is still. A soft inner whisper saying, something is close, something real, something yours. People often dismiss this feeling. They call it anxiety. They call it restlessness. They try to distract themselves from it. But Jung said distraction is the enemy of transformation, because this feeling is not a problem to be solved. It is a signal to be heard. Think of it this way. When you are driving toward a destination, your body senses arrival before your eyes confirm it. Your energy shifts. Your attention sharpens. Something in you already knows. The unnamed longing works exactly the same way. It means your inner world has already received the confirmation. The outer world is simply catching up. If this feeling lives in your chest right now, do not push it away. It is not emptiness. It is space being prepared for something that is already on its way. The second feeling is harder to explain. Sudden waves of emotion with no clear source. One moment you feel unexpectedly peaceful. The next, a quiet excitement passes through you like warm air. Sometimes a gentle sadness surfaces. Not heavy, not overwhelming, just present. And you cannot trace it back to anything that happened. Nothing in your day explains it. Jung studied this deeply. He called it the activation of the individuation process. In simple terms, Your psyche is reorganizing itself. Old emotional patterns are dissolving. New awareness is forming beneath the surface. This is not random. This is growth happening in real time. Think of it like a river changing course. Before the water finds its new path, there is turbulence. There is movement beneath the surface that looks like chaos from above. But it is not chaos. It is reorganization. Jung believed that before any meaningful change enters our external life, the inner world must first make room for it. And that process creates emotional waves. You may find yourself crying without knowing why, or laughing more easily than usual, or feeling suddenly moved by small, ordinary things. A sunset, a song, a stranger's kindness. These are not signs of instability. They are signs of opening. Your emotional body is becoming more sensitive because it is preparing to receive something it has been waiting for. There is also something else happening during this time. Old wounds resurface, not to hurt you again, but to finally be released. Jung called this the shadow work process. The parts of yourself you buried long ago began to rise, not as punishment, as invitation. An invitation to look, to understand, and to let go. Because what is coming toward you cannot fully arrive while the past still occupies the space meant for it. Every emotional wave you feel right now is clearing something, making room, building the inner foundation that the outer change will rest upon. So if your emotions have felt bigger recently, more unpredictable, more alive, understand this. You are not falling apart. You are being prepared. The third feeling is perhaps the most mysterious and the most powerful. It is the quiet sense that something has already been decided, not by you, not by logic, but by something deeper. You may have noticed it in small ways, a certainty that settles over you without explanation, a moment where you think, "This is already mine. It is already done. I do not need to chase it. I only need to receive it." Jung described this as contact with the collective unconscious, the vast, deep layer of the psyche that connects all human experience. It holds patterns, archetypes, and wisdom that belong to all of us. When you tap into it, you access a knowing that goes beyond personal experience, beyond what your five senses can confirm. This is not blind faith. This is not denial. It is a deeper form of awareness, one that the ancient world honored and the modern world has largely forgotten. But your soul has not forgotten, and lately it has been speaking to you more clearly than ever before. That sense of already knowing is not wishful thinking. It is your unconscious mind communicating what it has already processed, what it has already accepted as true. Jung said the unconscious is always one step ahead. It sees the pattern before the conscious mind can trace it. When you feel that quiet certainty settle into your chest, that soft, unexplainable knowing, that is your unconscious telling you, the shift has already begun. Trust the process that is already in motion. So what do you do with all of this? When you feel the unnamed longing, honor it. Sit with it instead of running from it. Write it down. Breathe into it. Let it exist without needing to explain it. When the emotional waves come, allow them. Do not judge yourself for feeling deeply. Do not apologize for being moved by things others seem to overlook. Your sensitivity is not weakness. It is the very channel through which your manifestation will arrive. And when that quiet sense of knowing visits you, protect it. Do not share it with people who will dismiss it. Do not argue for it with those who demand proof. Simply hold it close. Nurture it. Jung believed that what we give our inner attention to grows. Where awareness goes, energy flows. And energy in motion creates form in the physical world. This is not mysticism without foundation. Modern psychology confirms that belief systems, emotional states, and internal narratives directly shape behavior, perception, and the opportunities we notice in daily life. When you believe something is already on its way, you move differently. You hold yourself differently. You make choices that align with the life you are stepping into, rather than the life you are leaving behind. That alignment is not accidental. It is the mechanism through which manifestation actually works. Not magic, not luck. A deep, consistent harmony between your inner world and your outer actions. Jung called this the process of becoming whole. And wholeness attracts wholeness. There is something quietly extraordinary about the moment you are in right now. You did not arrive here by accident. Something in you was searching, and something in this message was waiting to be found. The feelings you have been carrying, the longing, the unexplained emotions, the quiet knowing. They are not signs that something is wrong with you. They are signs that something is right. That life is not standing still, that your story is not finished, that the version of your life you have quietly dreamed about is not as far away as it sometimes feels. Jung once wrote that until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. But you are making it conscious now. You are paying attention. You are listening to the signals, and that changes everything. Because manifestation is not about forcing the world to bend to your will. It is about becoming so aligned with what you truly are that what belongs to you can finally find its way home. The feeling in your chest right now, that quiet, steady pull, that is not longing for something lost. That is recognition of something approaching. Trust it. If these words reached something real inside you today, you are not alone in feeling this. Thousands of people are experiencing this same inner shift right now. Leave a comment with the words, "I am ready," if this message found you at exactly the right moment. And if you want to keep exploring the deeper psychology of your inner world and what it is guiding you toward, subscribe, because there is so much more waiting for you here.